Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the racing community in South Africa. Welcome on board for another race preview of Mauritius, where we're going to analyze the card for the 29th meeting, which is going to take place on this Sunday. It's going to be a special Sunday for the People's Turf PLC, the racing organizer of the day, as they will be celebrating the event of Diwali, which is one of the main celebrations for the Hindus in Mauritius. So we'll have with us Devon, who's going to take us through the card and give us his different selections for the day. Devon, welcome back, and hope you had a good day yesterday.
Yes, it was a good day, thank you. On that note, I'd just like to wish the Hindu people in South Africa a happy Diwali from my side, and I wish you guys all the best for the new year, and have a good one.
Yes, and the whole team of Media Temple Turf will join us to Devon Habib in wishing you, dear friends and relatives from South Africa, and especially the Indian diaspora who's celebrating Diwali on this coming Monday. A very happy Diwali, and may the light shine and bring you more knowledge, wisdom, and positive vibes, like we say, and Devon.
100%, yeah. All the best for the day.
So let's get to the first race of the 29th meeting. It's the Sena Noyan Memorial Cup, which is going to be run over 1,365 meters. 4 horses in between a bracket of rating 0-25. We have 6 runners here, namely Ford Commander, 10D1, Double Think, Pin Drop, Sergeant York, and Fassi, the 6 runners here. It's not the easiest of contest, with the field being quite average, but it makes it quite competitive too.
Yes, and I feel like there's a lot of newish horses, if not new horses, in this race. So yeah, I'm quite open to like see what this race opens, or what this race happens with, and I feel like some of these horses could make a good impression and improve on their previous runs, you know. So it's a race that we've got to keep an eye out on, and I'm going to put my neck out and say that a horse that's new run is going to either make a winning debut, like his name says, one day or day one, you know. So I'm going to go with number 2 to win, number 4 to run second, Pin Drop, and number 6 to run third, and number 3 to run fourth.
2, 4, 6, 3. So I'd ask you for a global explanation of why you've chosen these horses over the others.
Look, I like the way day one is working. It's working extremely well. It's got really good work. I'm working with Cartel Boss and Tika Tukara in the barrier, as you can see. And I mean, Cartel Boss, we don't have to explain much about this horse. He's a really, really top individual, a great sprinter here in Mauritius. And what's he won? I think it's 5 out of 6 now.
This one 3 out of 3. 3 out of 4.
I'm saying his last 5, he's won 5 in a row. His last 5 starts have been
he won his last race in South Africa too.
The only run he got Peter Shorthead last time. Yeah, they, as you can see, they come in around the bend, yeah, and I mean, they're going, what's it, 990, yeah, the barrier trial. I mean, this horse is working with really good horses, and he's improving. So I think every day I see him at work, and I say to myself, this horse surely has to make a good impression come race day. He had the green jacket on. So I'm gonna put my neck out and say that this horse is gonna win on a South African format, ran second to Master Rideau, and I think that's a really nice horse that moved up and almost won that race. So yeah, I'm happy to say that this horse will go quite close, probably win first time up. If the greenness, what they say in Mauritius, what's it called, greenness, yeah, that they first run frightness, if that doesn't get to him, I think he'll win. And I feel like it's going to be a good day for the Nagadu stable. I mean, the horses are really in good spaces, and I'm big on their what's it, on their day today. It's drawn 1, Claim 3, I fancy this horse really strong.
And the other horses in your selection?
Look, I like Pin Drop to run second. Also, really good form, improving, and it's working really well. So, got a good draw, and I think that horse is going to probably be the danger to one day or day one. And for third, there's a lot of talk about this horse, Farsi. I think it's a good run, first time up to do or dare. Second run in Mauritius. Just a little bit frightened for the second run in, so I haven't tipped it to be my first selection. But I really do like it. And number 3, Double Think. We've got to put this horse into the placings. It's 12 out of 14 places in this country. So yeah, he's very consistent, and I think with the claim 4 on, draw 2 could really go close as well.
So your choices 2, 4, 6 and 3. We move on to the second race of the day. The Kisbin Tokori Memorial Cup will be run over 990 meters, rating 0.26, with Ticket to Cairo, King of Colts, Quest for Good, French Rebel, Instinctive Power and Shesh Bef. The 6 runners here. So what would be your preferences?
Look, like I was saying, I feel like the Nagadu stable's going to have a big day, and I think this could be their quick double. I like Ticket to Cairo to win number 1. King of Colts to run second, Shesh Best to run third, and Quest for Good for fourth. I might be a little bit on the bluff here, but King of Colts ran a really good start on the bluff last time, or penultimate start, and then second to Elmo, and like we touched on yesterday, that Elmo is really doing well in Mauritius. It's 1 2 out of 2 here, and get beat a length by also it's improving. Yeah, it's going to be a massive runner, so I think this is one to watch. But I'm big on Ticket to Cairo. Last time they didn't pull the hood, and it was declared a non-runner, so he's really working well. He's in good form. He's unlucky not to win his penultimate start, take the non-starter away. Yeah, I think draw 1, claim 3. Yeah, I think this is the horse that they have to beat. Obviously King of Colts for second. Shesh Besh, so horse that I have to touch on for third. I think this horse is the bridesmaid every time. Second, and then he ran fourth last time. But I feel like he could bounce back to his previous form and maybe make a quest for himself. So I'm going to tip him to run third.
And yeah, I think we had the impression that he's grossly overrated here.
Look, on work, surely everyone's got to like him. He's probably one of the best looking horses at work. So I don't know if he's overrated. I just think maybe he's just not.
He's attracting all the punters because of his good looks and the way he works.
That's probably that. Or he's just playing the game of backgammon. You know, Shesh Besh means backgammon in Arabic. So it's a game that the Lebanese like to play. So yeah, this one's for the Lebanese supporters in SA. They're obviously going to enjoy this horse, and I think it could run into the money, if not win. It's his third run, yeah. I'm big on Ticket to Cairo, so I'm not going to make him my first selection.
A word on Quest for Good, who was an interesting winner last time out.
Yeah, look, as we can say, he's probably the fittest horse in Mauritius. I mean, this horse is really working well, in a good space. He won good last time, and he ran on. Just I don't know. I feel like maybe a little bit further. The 990 he won last time, but I think he might be a better horse when he goes further, in my opinion.
So 1, 2, 6 and 3 are going to be your choices here for race 2, which takes us to the third race of the day, the Festival of Lights Cup. 4 horses in between a benchmark of rating 0.20, 1,500 meters, 6 runners, namely Enigma Code, Capruta, Carlton Heights, Master of All Eyes Survey, Tiger's Bond and Crushing Force. Your selections here.
Yeah, once again, Nagadu again. It's going to be a quick treble for this guy. I feel like all these horses are in a good space, and I'm big on Caputa. I think this horse was very unlucky last time. Got bumped at a crucial stage, and as you can see, he has its penultimate start. He's got the purple, and he's at the back of the field. He's
Here we
sitting
can see that
fourth
he's
now.
running in fourth with the grey cup and the side winkers.
And as they turn for him at a crucial stage now, he gets, look, he has to just check there. He had to check for him, and I feel that's a crucial stage in the race. And I mean, still to make up so much ground turning for home. Look how he runs on now. He gets beat, what? I think it's almost half a length. He makes up a lot of ground. So I think this is one that you have to watch. He's going a lot further now, and the distance will definitely suit this horse.
Number 1, Enigma Code, is quite an enigma here since his first start. Sorry.
Yeah, look, he ran a good race last time, 3.5 lengths to do it there. So he's obviously going to improve. And I do think he is the horse that we have to keep an eye out on, because he's working extremely well. He's got the claim 4 on, a good draw. I do like this horse for my third selection. My second selection, quite surprisingly, is Tiger's Bond. Yeah, I'm big on this horse, the way it's working. Jones' stable's in a good space. Billy Jacobson's obviously riding at the top of his game. So I do fancy this horse for second. It's won over the distance before, and I do think he's going to go really close.
Master of All Eyes Survey is the number 4 here. He's also amongst your choices with Nabil Sheikh Bachamia on board. 61 kgs, drawn free. He was a winner last time, but he shared the win with Bell's Apostle, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, yeah.
It was a dead heat on the day. Now he's back on the same distance, slightly up in division, but he can take this one away.
Yeah, look, he was running on, so you can call him an unlucky dead heat, actually, an unlucky winner. Should have been a single winner, you know. He was running on, so I think this is also that we have to watch. He did win a nice race, so yeah, I'm going to tip him to run in the back end of Quartet. I don't know if he's strong enough to run against these horses yet, but we'll have to watch and see.
2, 5, 1 and 4, these are going to be the ones you're going to stick with.
2, 5, 1 and 4, correct.
Race number 4, sorry, the People's Turf PLC Diwali Cup will be run over 1,850 meters, benchmark 56 with 5 runners, namely Marshall Falk number 1, number 2 Backpacker, number 3 Cadence Pride, and number 4 the IT Factor, and number 5 Luna Vacation. So you'll give me a selection of 2 here?
Yeah, look, 2 horses in this race. I feel like it's a 2-horse race as well, so I'm going to go with number 3 Cadence Pride to win, and number 2 Backpacker to run second.
Cadence Pride from the yards of Ricky Mangard with Girish Gumani on board, 58 kgs, drawn number 3. A very nice individual, won 5 races out of 19 outings. 11 times he finished either second or third. But we often say here in Mauritius that this horse is quite a cheater too, because he's very often the favorite of his races and is very often late and gets beat very narrowly. Yeah,
so I think that's the straight that comes into play there. I mean, the short straight that we've got here in Mauritius. But now, I mean, he's won over the 1850. I feel like the distance is going to suit him down his alley. It's going to be perfect for him. He was unlucky last time. He was running on. That's the reason why I've actually selected him to be my first selection in this race. So he was running on to Backpacker. I mean, Backpacker was unlucky not to win last time with the objection being dismissed, but this horse was making up the ground, and now it's going an extra 250 meters. I think Cadence Pride's the horse that's going to win this race, and Backpacker, he's got a good draw. Dennis on, Vincent Alette Stable's doing really well. So look, that's the danger, but I think Cadence Pride, he's a winner this time, in my opinion. Backpacker to run second. I like a little bit of the IT factor. I mean, I've always fancied this horse. He's a really good worker. And I feel like he could possibly get to the front. There's not much pace in this race besides Lunification. So I think Backpacker could be the one that's going to go to the front and dictate. And then they might have to run to catch this horse. I mean, that straight's going to come. Hopefully the line comes in time for Cadence Pride, you know, because he's going to be last turning for him.
Marshall Falk is one horse which came with a pretty solid reputation from South Africa. Failed to live up to those to that expectation yet. What can we expect of him?
Yeah, look, this might be the race where Marshall Fox could try and lead, and I feel like those tactics could maybe be a change. I don't know, maybe that's what the horse might need, you know, or be up there, if not lead, run second or third. I think his SA form was phenomenal, and I thought this horse would really do well in Mauritius, so I'm also a bit disappointed with the way he's running. It's a bit sad, you know, but hopefully he can bounce back to his SA form and do something.
So we're going to stick with Cadence Pride and Backpacker for the win and the place respectively in this fourth event with only 5 horses in there. Race number 5, the Diwali Rangoli Festival of Colors Cup, 1,365 meters, benchmark 61, with Arizona Silk number 1, number 2 Trapeze Express, number 3 Emerald Bend, number 4 Portico, number 5 Footy Goal, and number 6 Brilliant Disguise. Your preferences here? Yeah,
look, it's been brought to my attention that the name was changed on Footy Gold. It was Al Kakwa in South Africa, so originally he was a really good horse in SA, and he brought some good form to Mauritius, but I'm not going to fancy him in the first 3. I do fancy him for 4th, but my selection would be 3 Emerald Band, 4 Portico, and then 2 Trapeze Express, and then obviously Footy Gold at the back.
3, 4, 2, 5. So number 2 here is Trapeze Express with Andre Vida Silva from the yard of Sham Chand. 61 kgs will jump from barrier free. He's not been disgraced in his free runs this season, but he's been pretty well, especially in training, as we have seen. Yeah,
he's really working extremely well, and he is in a good space. So the distance will definitely suit. He's won on both the 1365 and the 1400. I just feel like he's running against a lot of good horses, Padre Pai and Frosted Gold, even Obese, if you can go back a little bit, even maybe Colour My Fate. I mean, those are top horses in his form. So I do like this horse. I'm a little bit wary to tip him for first because of his form, but on work, it's got to be tipped into the first 3, definitely.
Number 3, Emerald Bend from the yard of Vincent Allet, Danish Roads on board, 60 kgs, will jump from number 4. Last time we know where he finished ahead of Emblem of Hope.
Yeah, this is my value bet for the day. Big on Emerald Bend again. I fancied him last time at big odds, and he didn't let me down. So I've got to stick my neck out and say Emerald Bend again to win. I really like this horse. He's working extremely well, and he won a good race last time. Demonstrated a really good race to win it. I think he's going to do the same thing this time. He might even be able to lead. I don't know if there's much pace in this race, not that I can see. So I think he might be able to lead or sit second again. And I feel like he's the horse that they have to run to beat. He's definitely the class horse in the race, and he's got a lot of potential to win this race again. Portico is the horse that we have to speak about. Do like him. His form is good, and hence why I've tipped him to run second. So yeah, it's his second run here in Mauritius, and if you had to bring his South African form to here, you would think this horse is a no-brainer to tip for first, but he got beaten by Emerald Band last time, and I think he could make up some ground on Emerald Band, but I don't know if he can beat him. That's why I've tipped him to run second.
Trapeze Express, we've talked about him. We also talked about Emerald Bend and Portico. Footy Goal.
Yeah, look, Footy Goal is a nice horse. Like now that I know it's Al Kakwa from South Africa, I'm a bit worried that I didn't tip him to run second or third, but I do like him, and with a good draw, so I think he'll probably be in the back end of quartets.
So 3, 4, 2 and 5 would be your choices for the 5th race of the day. And race number 6, the main event of Sunday's meeting, the Maurice Justin Memorial Cup will be run over 1,400 meters. It's the last Group 1 of the season for the People's Turf PLC, and we have a small field here, but a lot of quality in that we have number 1 Frosted Gold, number 2 Al Yassat, number 3 Color My Fate, and number 4 Triple Fate Line. So before asking your selections, Devon, I would like to move with the analysis first, and we are going to go on the 4 candidates one by one. So Frosted Gold is going to be ridden by Ben Habib, 59 kgs, draw number 3. He is logically, by what we've seen so far, the horse to beat here.
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like he's probably the best horse in this race. I think this is the champion. I think this is a really, really good horse. He's the type of horse that just takes to the track, and they're going to have to really pick their feet up and run. I mean, you've got quality horses in this race, but Frosted Gold, bank of the day, best bet of the day. He has a yard work, just enjoying himself. Look at him. He's honestly loving every moment of it. Probably one of the most beautiful horses in Mauritius. I'm really a big fan of grey, so as you know, I like the grey horses. So yeah, I think this is a top horse.
Al Yassat with Jami Ali Hussein was not was a winner last time out, sorry, and he beat Black Cat back, which in a very easy and impressive way to get back to winning ways. He who hadn't won for the past few outings, he seems to have even got better after that win.
Yeah, it was an impressive win. He won really well, and didn't have to do much. So I think he could obviously still, like, I wouldn't say improve, because you don't have to improve much on his form, but still get better, you know, like have another good run come up. So he is obviously the danger to the favourite, in my opinion. But the way Frosted Gold's been running, it's going to be hard to beat, in my opinion.
Color My Fate from the yards of Amar Siudial will break from barrier 1. José da Silva on board, 59 kgs. A horse that has been running pretty well and probably having his best season here in Mauritius. Beaten last time by Marauding. If he hits the front early and is not teased there, he might just be a different and difficult horse to beat.
Yeah, he's probably the fastest horse in the race. Let's put it that way. I don't know if I should say the fastest horse. I think I should say the quickest horse. Yeah. You know, because he's the one that's going to lead. Yeah, he's got good form, and he's doing really well this season. He's working extremely well. His colour looks good, as I can touch on Color My Fate, you know. So I think it's a hard race, but I don't think it's much of a hard race. I think it's going to be a one-horse race, in my opinion. I'm big on Frosted Gold. In that order. Line. Yeah, Triple Fate Line. Also done well. 5 wins out of 6. I mean 12 in Mauritius. So I don't know. Don't know if he's good enough to beat Frosted Gold and Alisart.
Circumstances?
I don't think so. I think he's out of the ratings, in my opinion. Carrying the same weight as the horse that's 13 points better than him. I think they're gonna have to definitely run to beat Frosted Gold.
From your explanations and your arguments, I can definitely say that you are going to go for number 1 for the win and probably number 2 for the
I'm going in exact order. 1, 2, 3, 4. In that exact order. I'm big on Frosted Gold. Since the day I arrived in Mauritius, he's been catching my attention, and I don't think not many people won't be caught by this horse's looks, you know. So definitely the people's horse. Everyone loves the colour, so yeah, I think this is the horse that's going to win. Best bet of the day for me.
And yes, he's won 3 Group 1s up to date, and he's going to look for a 4th now here in Mauritius. Let's move on to race number 7, the Jagnanan Mani Mota Memorial Cup. 1,500 meters, benchmark of 41 with 7 runners. Number 1 here is Castle of Glass, number 2 Partner in Crime, number 3 Cloud Cedar, number 4 Best Day of My Life, number 5 Desert Illusion, number 6 Man of Property, and number 7 Bollinger. So Devon, what are the ones that you prefer here?
I'm gonna definitely tip number 2 to win, number 1 to run 2nd, 3 to run 3rd, and number 7 to run 4th.
So who's your partner in crime?
I think you should be my partner in crime, mate. I feel like This also, sure, the way he's been winning, it's going to be hard to beat this horse. He's been winning really well. I mean, he has a previous run.
We'll have the opportunity here to watch his last race.
He's in front with the black and white colours.
Jumps magnificently from barrier 5 to take the lead easily, we should say, and from there on he just
he's
controlled his opponents in the lead, and
he's doing everything he wants. He's got that
but with
straightforward
barrier
factor.
6, do you think he's going to have the same efficiency going forward?
Look, those, I mean, the other horse with pace, he's drawn 7,
Yeah.
Cloud Cedar, so I feel like they're obviously going to chase to get to the front, but I don't even think they're going to struggle to get this horse to the front. I feel like they'll just jump, go, and
Desert
stay
Illusion 2 can go in front here. I mean, he's quite quick at the gates, and
yeah.
he might challenge for the lead too, and he's drawn 4.
I feel like that's probably one of the horses that also will be fighting out for the lead, but I mean, I don't know, look at this, like he hasn't even
Yeah,
moved.
we come back to the race of Partner in Crime. We are looking at the last 400 meters. He turns home in front, and no one's going to be able to catch him or make ground on him, even though it doesn't look like he's like getting into another gear, but he just keeps galloping.
He
and
just
keeps
keeps going
trying.
and going 100%. He doesn't stop, and I think it's going to be hard to beat this horse.
Number 1 here, Castle of Glass, is considered as one of his main challenges. He debuted very well with a 2nd place behind Free to Win.
Yeah, his debut was a decent debut, and he ran 2nd, so I mean, not many people can say that it's a bad run. And then, I mean, I think it ran a good race first time out. It was unlucky actually not to win. I think this is definitely the horse that could give Partner in Crime a run for his money, but he's going to have to be his partner in crime to beat him, so I don't think it's going to happen.
Number 3, Cloud Cedar, has been a bit disappointing on his previous 2 starts. In the same benchmark, he's up in distance. Looks like he must be in front to show the better of himself.
Yeah, and I feel like fighting for the lead is going to be difficult for this horse, and I feel like if he's sitting 2nd, 3rd, he still could run a good race. I don't think he's going to run a bad race, but it's going to be hard to beat Partner in Crime or Castle of Glass based on their previous runs.
Bollinger, number 7, drawn 1. We've been off on board.
Yeah, the draw's what caught my attention on this horse. Got a good draw, and he's in a good space. He's not running too bad this season, so I think this horse could. I mean, he's run to Cloud Cedar, he's run to Partner in Crime, so he's obviously got a chance. I mean, I don't know if he's good enough to win, but I think he'll be there. Definitely be there on the back end.
So your choices here are number 2, A Partner in Crime, number 1, Castle of Glass, number 3, Cloud Cedar, and number 7, Bollinger. This takes us to the last event of the day, the Festival of Sweets and Savories Cup, 1,400 meters, benchmark 31. 8 runners for the challenge, namely number 1, Sid's Liaison, number 2, Gordonstown, number 3, Edge of the Sun, number 4, It Dawned on Me, number 5, Neville MU, number 6, High Voltage, number 7, Moroccan Retreat, and number 8, Lockdown. Are you keen on the lockdown?
I'm not keen on the lockdown, I'm very keen on lockdown, you know. As when we hear that word lockdown, we just get nervous. We start panicking. The South Africans also don't like it. But I feel like this
You're
was...
panicking like a Neville MU.
Yeah, I wasn't happy. I didn't enjoy lockdown at all. It wasn't my time. But I think this is the right horse in the race. He's in good form this season. Well, his first 3 runs in Mauritius have been phenomenal. So I don't think they're going to beat him. I think he's going to put this field on lockdown, and yeah, he's going to romp home.
High Voltage, number 6.
Look, this is a horse that has caught my attention based on its penultimate start where he ran to Illicit Kiss. I mean, that form, I think that form's going to be a good form line to follow.
Had a difficult race that day. He raced wide and never settled really in the race.
Yeah, and now he's got
Despite
draw
of that,
one.
he was 6 lengths behind Illicit Kiss,
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad run. Illicit Kiss didn't move.
who
so-
himself won by at least 3 lengths or something.
Yeah, I think Illicit Kiss won by like 6 that day.
Yeah.
So he just ran, just got beat for third, and high voltage. This is a horse that it's got draw one now. So this is also probably going to be the danger to lockdown, but I think he's going to put the voltage on lockdown. You know, he's going to show them.
His stable companion, Edge of the Sun, number 3.
That was my third selection, and yeah, Almo, Mauritius. What more can I say about that form line? Doing well, but not good enough to beat this field, in my opinion. He's going to obviously be the likely leader, if not high voltage, one of the two.
Number 4, It Dawned on Me.
Yeah, I don't know, not much form to speak about, but I've tipped him for fourth because I feel like he's better than the rest of them, in my opinion. So I think that's probably the horse that will be running on for back end of quartet. But take Lockdown, High Voltage and Edge of the Sun out, it's a tough race.
So you'd stick to Lockdown, horse number 8 in front of number 6, High Voltage, number 3, Edge of the Sun, and number 4, It Dawned on Me.
That's correct. I'm big on Lockdown. Well, not on the actual phrase, but the horse itself.
Well, we hope that he can lock down his opponents, like you said, and steal this one. Devon, your bank of the day?
Definitely Frosted Gold.
Your outsider?
Emerald Band. Well, I don't know if he's an outsider, but he's my value bet on the day.
Frosted Gold as the banker and Emerald Bend as the value bet or the outsider, as you prefer it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of this show for this 29th meeting. Devon, thank you very much for being here again and helping us go through the forms and form lines of the horses.
It's only a pleasure, and from my side, once again, happy Diwali, and wish you all the best, and to you and your family, and to everyone that's celebrating happy Diwali. Oh, have a good one.
Well, thank you, Devon. Same to you and your whole family, and yet again to all those watching us and this show. We wish them all, on behalf of the whole team, a very happy Diwali. This is the end of this present show. We thank you for your attention, and we will probably be meeting up in 2 weeks' time for the next race meeting organized by the People's Turf PLC. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, take good care. Bye-bye.